Welcome, I'm Petra, and you are in the 6th session of the 8-8 Twin Flame Healing Pod. And this is the closing session. We're going to talk about I decided looking back to the ritual and what transpired, and we're also going to look at what you can do on a daily basis to keep on going with your inner work. Because inner work is what it's all about, and I hope that you got that from what we've done. Although in the whole summer ritual that we are now closing off, you've seen me do oracle card reading, crystal healing, meditation, inspired talk. But you, for the daily basis, maybe you don't want to all the time meditate so much. Maybe it isn't practical for you to do your own crystal rituals and healings, and I would understand that. It is actually also, these are all like extra things that I'm offering in the midsummer, specifically for the Lionsgate occasion, and I love doing that. I love doing that in my summer rituals. But normally we do inner work with a specific tool, and that's really compact. It consists of 4 steps, and everything is inside of it. That's the great thing, you know. Everything that you can think of, shadow work, inner child work, psychological blocks, working them out, healing, reading a little bit in yourself so that you know that you can heal that, or to know what to heal, being inspired yourself to know what steps you are going to take when you feel open to hearing. All of these things are in that tool. I call it key, the 4-step key tool. It's really easy, and at the same time it consists everything that you think of. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. But first, let's try to look back. You know, I had such a beautiful time trying out these YouTube lives, and I want to thank you so much for your patience with me. Because you are the reason that I'm still doing this. You are the reason that I'm thinking now, hey, this worked well. We should do this again. Maybe you really want this. I saw people turning up. I love that. You know, I started doing the YouTube lives as an extra. I thought about it last minute, last second almost. Because actually everything was meant to be in the group alone. We have a Facebook group where everything plays out, and a lot more plays out a whole year round, and you're welcome. And that's why I was perhaps not fully prepared, or not prepared enough. But I learned quickly, and it seems to really go well. So yeah, I saw people turning up. I love that. Maybe we can do this more often. And now for looking back on the content. You know, for me it's also a healing meditation to go through all of this for you and with you. And I do feel, let's say, your blocks, and mine as well. And I do see them transform when you take everything in that I've reached out to you with this whole Lionsgate 8-8 event. When you can take everything seriously, I can see you starting to heal, and that's the whole point. You are not yet in your harmonious twin flame union, and you can come there. And I know what it is to go that whole journey. I know how difficult it can be, and you can make that gap smaller and smaller, and then it's gone and you achieve it, just like a beautiful friend and client of mine, Brittany, has done. And we have a beautiful account of her, a small interview that I did with her when she had just reached harmonious twin flame union in the beginning of this calendar year, in the beginning of January. And you can read that in our Facebook group, how that was for her. And you can also read it in a blog post on my website. And yeah, that is just amazing when you read that. People feel embraced by the most profound divine love, which is indescribable in beauty and in shine and in acceptance and in peace, inner peace. It is really like coming home and being enveloped fully in that healing light, as if the biggest hug comes from the divine towards you and they cuddle you, Divine Mother and Divine Father cuddle you until you feel it in every cell of your body, how much they love you. And that is reachable. You can do it too. And that's what I started to see, that it would be doable, but it would mean that you would need to commit to healing, that you would need to commit yourself to opening yourself to what's going on in your inner world, being honest about it, just like I did as well. For instance, I talked to you about how I saw that I was, at this point, I was sort of hanging on to distracting video watching, almost addicted to it, and I can let that go now. So seeing what is going on, accepting that that is so, and then doing the inner work, commit yourself to doing that inner work, however difficult it may seem, so that you go deeper. And you do that over and over until it has been enough and that block is indeed worked through. So you have to commit yourself to that. And there's a lot of help for it as well. That's why I'm here. That's why we have so much information and self-work, workbooks and in the community and stuff. And of course also my services, my personal help as well, that you can buy in services. So yeah, that is for you to go through. That's which you need to go through to get there. And I see that you can, but you've got to commit yourself to it. You've got to become active so that you understand that it is about you, very concrete, and that love awaits you and that you can make those steps, and you should, I would say, right? From the perspective of that beautiful divine twin flame love that is inviting you. I say that from that place that you should. I'm inviting you to join me. That's what it means. And that would be amazing. So I saw that that would be possible for you. And I also experienced different kinds of blocks, like in my stomach area, in your stomach area, like some sort of resistance to what's going on, to wanting to know what's going on. So that's actually like numbing out. That's what I felt. And I felt the mind block of, I experienced the mind block in this Lion's Gate of ridiculing yourself because of what you are and what you go through and what your blocks are, and your honesty and your openness and your vulnerability and you choosing you, and then that being ridiculed. And that is not the way to go. You don't need to do that. This could well have been a thing that has happened to you as a child, maybe even continually. But you are invited to stop that pattern now. I have seen that you don't need to listen to the voice that tells you that you can't do it, that you, in one way or another, whichever way, are not worthy of harmonious twin flame union. And that it is a nothing, and that you shouldn't desire it and go after it. And all these forces are completely nonsense. And most of all, I saw that when you can let go of all of this, you can slowly start the development of starting to experience your union as a place where the divine dances through you in the world. And you're just part of that. You're part of that movement from the source out through you towards the world. And you're part of the couple dance in the horizontal atmosphere that you are. And you can't even control that. And I want you to know that that is also not meant to be controlled. It is meant to be free, yet connected, related, divinely loved, with full compassion and togetherness, but not controlled. Because then you can't dance, really. And this also makes all the blocks and difficulties that we have on our twin flame journeys so much more playful, so much more, like a warm hug and the start movement of a dance. That you suddenly know how to dance, you didn't know how. Because then it sweeps you up in its movement, and at the same time, you're so much tuned in that you identify with your divine self and not with the movement in itself per se. And then you can just be in that playful movement. While being your divine self. And all the blocks and all the difficulties and the commitment to working through those blocks and doing it over and over is less of a task. It's less of a difficulty. It is the sacred dance that you're dancing. And as I said before in my talk, you are already dancing it right now. But now consciously dance it, while doing the movement of healing the distance between yourself and source. So that dance is closer and closer and more intimate and more intimate. Yeah, so that's how it goes. I love that. I love the playfulness. And that's my development as well. I'm just going there more and more. And I choose to open to the playfulness of that dance. Yeah. And it's in the playfulness that I feel that I can take responsibility. Gosh, I love that. So I did see from the oracle reading out that this healing pod is really a place to rest as well. To lay your head down for a moment, to take a nap, to be with yourself, to go a walk in nature, maybe while listening to the meditation. And that you can honor yourself with that rest. So even when you would see these videos a little afterwards, that they came out, that it was 8/8. This is your time to take a little bit time out for yourself. To grant yourself some deep rest, some rejuvenating being with yourself. And that is enough for a moment or two. Yeah, That's what Divine Mother said in the oracle reading, and I feel that that is very, very true. I loved that in the oracle reading the Divine Masculine came through so vividly, protrudingly, with the Divine Masculine dragon that came in that card a little bit at the end of the reading. That was almost a shocker, so beautiful that when you pave the foundation with softness in your energy body, in your body, that is how you prepare for the divine spark coming from the divine mind to come inside of you, to make that spark that is needed for you, whatever it does inside of you, that you need to go to harmonious twin flame union, that you need right now. And that is that divine masculine voice I felt like, this protruding divine mind voice that came in and said, here I am. Don't be mistaken. I'm here to awaken you, to awaken inside of you your twin flame blueprint, and be that together. And then to see that in this way, this energy way, the divine mind coming in, that is symbolically connected in a sense more to the divine masculine, coming into the prepared energetic space that is more down to earth, lowering your body, more connected symbolically to the divine feminine. And these two powers playing in your own energy field, as we have discovered and felt through in the healing meditation that we did in this healing pod. And then to see that that is not really a dichotomy, but you're connected, right? If the one is more in your head and the other is more in your belly and in your hip area, actually. These are not different entities. This is one body. So that's how you can, on the micro scale, connect yourself with yourself, which is also what twin flame union is, connecting yourself with yourself, connecting the divine masculine with the divine feminine. And then it will work out by way of mirroring that the world always is for you a mirror. In your divine twin flame union as well, let's say on the horizontal level, that you are the divine feminine and they are the divine masculine. And that starts to level out when you heal that inside of yourself as well. I teach both levels. The first level you could call more like the energy level on the individual base. The other you could almost call the above soul level, because it's almost the layer above the soul, because the energy field is very much connected to your soul being. You live inside of it. It is your energy field that is the expression of your soul, individual soul. But twin flames is like a higher level in a sense, where those two souls connect into one bigger energy field. You may call that the spirit level, like the above soul level in a sense. I will one day, I think in a future video, make a new summary of that and make a drawing of it as well and show you. So stay tuned for new videos. Oh, I planned so many new to do videos, so don't be mistaken. I have a lot more to say, to share on my YouTube channel in small twin flame videos. And I feel very inspired to do that. So I will start that up soon again. Yeah. So these are some elements of the entire 8-8 Twin Flame Healing Pod that we went through together. And you can always watch everything back again in all the videos that are published as live videos on my YouTube, and that I will re-upload in hopefully better versions in the video tab on my YouTube channel. I will also re-upload them in the Facebook community Your Abundance, where our community resides, in the coming days in a better version, so that they are native there as well. You can watch them there always. And I might share them on my Facebook and Instagram and Twitter social media as well the coming days. Talking about the key. So how can you continue doing the inner work with the actual healing tool that I advise for you? Key is the 4-step tool. Well, we made it easy for you because I have a worksheet. This is how it looks. You can download this in our community on Facebook. You can even download PDF electronic versions that you can fill in on your computer. And we also have print versions. The 4 steps are on it. And you know what? I even included on the next pages in that document that you can download drawings that you can color in, coloring plates. Because, you know, when you do meditate on the questions, feel your energy field, what your true answers are, and you give your answers and you write them down piece by piece. When you're in that mood and you're doing that for 20 minutes a day or something, sometimes it's so nice to give your hands something to do while you're pondering away and processing it even further that you want to color something. So I just added some coloring plates to the business and creativity mandala. So of course without colors, because you can color them yourself. I thought that was cute. And the union in flow mandala are there as well, so you can print them and color them. So cute. What I do with my printed work sheets of key is I put them in such a thing. I don't know what you call it. So print 20 and I put them in and it works really well. So the questions are, what is my upset? So you're going to ask yourself, what is going on inside of me? And you might want to phrase it something like this. I am upset because this happened and that makes me feel this and that. And of course it has to be true. You have to feel your body and you write it in. You write it down. And you can translate that to I want. That is step 2. So now you're going to feel, because what is my upset? You're sort of figuring it out with your headspace, with your thinking. In a sense, even though you are feeling it. But what I wanted to say is, when you go the 4 steps, you will go down through your body, lower and lower. So step 2 will be you go down towards your stomach area, and that's where you are going to feel, what do I want? And even like with such a power, this is really your chance to be angry if you need be, and just state how that might sound when you are allowed to say whatever you want that you actually want, even if it's very angry. So that's where you say, I want to be understood, or whatever it is, and that goes here. So step 3 is my deeper longing is, and then you sink deeper into your body and you start to feel in your hip area. And now we go from wanting to longing, and this is more like a subtle feeling of, but underneath this powerful angry statement, what is there that I actually long for? What is there with a feeling, with a longing quality? And I'm just going to find out what that is, and then I write it down. I long for feeling the hug of the divine in every moment, or something like that. What you feel. And then in step 4, you're going to claim what you've said in step 3 as your creative soul quality, as your feeling quality that you already own. So now you're going to say, I am a person that has everything that I just said that I longed for. I am a person that has the hug of the divine around me in every moment. And you can even add, and I can share how that is done with other people. And then you breathe a little deeper and you feel how true that is. And then you've turned your upset around in a deeper feeling quality. And the last question is, maybe some ideas arise in your mind about what you can do for yourself while you did this key tool. And you might want to note them down so that you know later on what you thought about that you were going to do for yourself. There is also a second version of the key tool. And this is when we start with number 1, what is my upset? And I phrase something that I point towards other people and something in the world that did it to me. And what you're going to do then is you're going to turn that around in another way, because now we've turned your feeling around, your emotion around towards an inner feeling quality that's much more subtle and that you already own and that is peaceful. You've turned it around. But now you're going to turn around that you have pointed towards other people or something in the world, and you're going to turn it around to yourself as a more person-oriented turn around that you're going to do. So that would give, I am upset because he did that to me. And of course, your twin flame is your biggest mirror, so you can take everything that your twin flame did to you. They did this to me and that made me feel abused or abandoned. And now you're going to turn that around. I did this to myself and that made me, I'm upset because I did this to myself and that made me feel abused or abandoned or whatever it is. And then you ask yourself, is that true? And it's always true. And then you love yourself for how much you need it for that statement. So this can be sometimes a shocker. There will be moments that I will be explaining this version more. It is in our group. It is not on this sheet, but it is in our group in other resources that we have. So I hope that you are going to study Key with all the resources that we have in our group, including this worksheet. And you will also come across the second version of Key that I call the Master's version. And both hold a turnaround. So the important thing to remember is that we do inner work by turning around. So this is the true inner work that you're doing. And you really have to take into account your actual energy and feelings and body and energy. Don't lie to yourself, basically. And you've got to feel through what that is actually, even when you cry, when it hurts, and you love yourself genuinely. You feel that self-love in your longings, and then it is true already because you long for it. You already do have a connection with it, otherwise you can't long for it. So, and then you can claim it as yours. Love yourself in those places where you feel hurt. All of them continually, and that is the condensed inner work that you can give yourself. I can also guide you through it, and that is what I do in my one-on-one sessions. That's a service. I also once a month give a workshop, the key workshop, in which you can experience what it's like to do this healing tool key, manifestation tool key for Twin Flames. And upcoming Sunday, I already have another key workshop scheduled. So if you want, then come and join. You come to our community on Facebook, and the link is somewhere around this video. And on Sunday, you tune in, and you can just online with your own device click into the Zoom room and be in that workshop together with me. We feel out what that is for you to go through the 4 steps. We could do one version of key or the other version too. And you experience how it feels. That's important, I think. And then you can continue to do it yourself. Or you ask me to help you execute it once a week. That would be my advice. But even once a month would be such a gift to yourself. So that's a possibility, and that is the basic foundation of inner work that you can do. That comprises everything, because it turns everything around. And it comprises, as I said in the beginning, shadow work, inner child work, psychological healing, physical healing, everything. It's really interesting. You can even use it to start to know your mission and start your mission business. How about that? So it's really the foundation, it's the foundational element, and it's, as I said, very short and easy. So yeah, I would do it if I were you. When I did that healing work, I came into harmonious union in March 2020. So that may be good to know. And my client who came into harmonious twin flame union on January 11, 2023 this year, Brittany, she also did that healing work. She primarily did the second version of the key tool, the master's version, on and on. And she reached it. So good to know, I think. And all other meditations and healings are just beautiful extras. And then when you've got all that down and you're doing it every day and you've consumed multiple times all the healings and stuff from this healing pod in the Lion's Gate, what more is there? Well, there is more, because I actually do have an entire school curriculum about energy healing, an elaboration of everything that I've talked about right now is the school material that you can jump in when you're ready. And we'll also open the year course real soon so that you can come whole year round in a group setting with a guaranteed opening every time to all that healing energy work with multiple entrances, such as business, writing, sexuality, identity, creativity, art, meditation, soul love, money. Yeah, maybe more. Coaching is also a theme. And in that year program with all these entrances, like business, writing, and coaching, we work with the deeper structure of all the energy work that I have for you. Yeah. So that's what you can do. There are initiations. There are VIP sessions for you. Many things to do. But that's, on the, when you go deeper with me, yes, on the paid level. But there's so much that I give away on my social media, almost on a daily basis. So you're very much invited to look out for that and enjoy it. So I feel that this was enough for this healing pod. This was the last session, so we're going to close it off with this. I hope this helped you. I hope I wrapped it up for you and gave you a possibility how to work further on your inner work. So I would advise you to study Ki, come to our Facebook community and find all the material that we have around this healing tool and start doing it and then see further. So that's my advice for the short term, let's say, for you right now. And yeah, stay tuned. Much more to come. Love from Petra.